Hello, fellow tankers. This is Ignis Leonis again. Here I've got a round in my IS. I love this tank so far. It's better than the KV-1S, which is the previous tank. It's got a lot better armor. I'm currently carrying the same 122mm gun. It's a little bit better rate of fire in the IS, which is great because that was probably the least favored attribute about the gun on the KV-1S. It was just a huge reload time. It starts off with an 85mm gun, which I typically love the 85mm Russian gun on the Su-85B, and back when it was on the T-28, it just would obliterate anything in one or two shots. I absolutely loved it. Used to absolutely dominate rounds. But on the IS, really it's an anemic gun compared to what you're facing. A lot of much heavier tanks that you just couldn't penetrate, and when you did, it just wasn't doing much damage. So very happy to have the 122 sticking out there in front of me. So on this round, I'm heading into the city. Typically I'm not much of an urban brawler type. I typically like to sit back and kind of snipe a bit, or just put some range between me and the target. But with the inaccuracy of the 122mm gun on this tank, definitely much better suited to an urban environment. And here I am in the city. I know I'm leaving kind of several avenues of fire open to me, which could lead to some awkwardness if somebody pops around the corner, say, there in front of me, but I took the risk and it ended up paying off here in just a moment. Just going to pick up the pace here a little bit. And I'm not quite sure what this Ferdinand driver was thinking. He left himself out very much in the open, and so I obliged him with a shot there, and then he didn't really move away too quickly. I'm not sure what he was thinking, so where there was already a few units over on kind of this middle portion of the map, and they're just starting to trickle in on that eastern edge, I come in behind this Ferdinand, and again, damage him quite heavily, and he doesn't seem to really care too much, so I decide I'm going to go ahead and finish him off here, and being careful that I'm watching for the tanks that are coming up behind me. So I'm pushing forward again because there's tanks starting to filter in on that eastern edge. And there's a T-29 kind of giving another of my heavy teammates here a tough time of it. So here I am facing a T-29. Normally T-29 is quite a tough opponent. That turret of his is very, very tough to get through, especially if you're going to face hug him like this. I actually kind of considered that this was going to be my exit strategy, so to speak, and I realized that I remembered a post of somebody saying that if you can get shots on the turret ring and kind of get the round to bounce in, you do some serious damage. And there you can see, I mean, 400 points on a hit. That's just awesome. And so we both entered this fight at about 100%, and here I am walking away with just under half. I thought that was pretty good. So I'm looking at our team list now, and yeah, my team is not doing well. They've got a number of heavies. They've got me as a heavy, one other guy's a medium, I think he is, and some artillery and a tank destroyer. Now where that tank destroyer is situated, I see these heavies kind of rolling in. They're a pair of M6s. I'm thinking they see me, so they're going to come on that left-hand side of this brick building in front of me. I'm going to come over here and see if they're going to follow me, and that should open up their rear to the tank destroyer, who I thought would have been able to kind of move in and get some good shots on the rear portion of this group. And I'm doing some damage as I'm doing this, so if that tank destroyer had moved in behind him, we probably could have wiped out all three of these guys fairly easily. But unfortunately, that's not what happened. He actually came in closer to me than I felt he should have. Again, that's my opinion. Please comment if you disagree, and I'm happy to listen to it. Definitely, he still helped out, so I really can't complain too much. And then there is this scout. I'm going to slow this down because if you know the AMX ELC, you know how much hit points he has. And if I can get the replay to show it, I think you're going to be about as frustrated as I was by this. So you see how much damage I did to him there. He's got 400 hit points. I did 399 points of damage. One hit point, and he walked away. I was robbed. But so goes the world of tanks. From time to time, you got to take the good with the bad. In this round, I did over 3,000 points of damage, my new personal best, so I was happy with that. Still a loss, but I got in there. I got to do quite a bit of things I don't normally do, and I did it well. So I hope you enjoyed the replay, and please comment. Have a great night.